I'm here today to have a quick chat about reality television. I was trying to be like cool and use like British lingo because we're going to be talking about Love Island. That's why I'm dressed like this. Love Island is one of my favorite shows. I got addicted to it on Hulu. It's a British dating show where they throw all these hot people into a really hot villa and they see if they have any connection and chemistry, and they put them through all these dating tests, and they gotta sleep in the same beds. Like once you couple up, you gotta sleep in the same bed and like bond. Like when you coupled, like that's when you start dating. So I got really into the show. Then I heard they were gonna bring the show to the U.S. and CBS got a hold of it. So I was really like anxious to see the new Love Island because I'm really into the old Love Island. And I have some thoughts, so let's talk. First of all, let's talk about what I liked. I liked the decorations in the new house. I really liked the scenery, the pool. I liked that stuff. What I didn't like was, why does the cast look so much like the UK cast? Like we wouldn't notice. I'm not going to say like I'm a Love Island expert, but I've been watching. You know, I watched what Hulu allows me to watch. Because Hulu only releases like 4 or 5 episodes this season. Back in the day, they used to release like the whole season. You could binge watch it the whole time. Now I only get like 3 episodes a week. And that's like crack to a crack addict. You can't do that. But anyways, we're talking about the U.S. right now because their show just came out. And so I was all hyped up. And then I saw the cast looked eerily similar. And then I just started noticing things. First of all, let's just talk about the men. The UK has men's. Strong men's from Ireland, London, England, like all, Italy, just men's. And the U.S. has men that look like they skip leg day. But that's not my business either. But I'm used to seeing a certain caliber of man when I watch that show. So I noticed that. And then there was just certain characters that irritate the lining of your soul. Like Caro. I loved her when I first saw her. She was beautiful with this beautiful hair, and then she went out on a date and she did this baby talk thing. She's like, oh my god, you like me, yeah. I was like, oh, run, whatever your name is. Oh, it was the guy that was from like Ireland. Of course I would find him attractive because he's from the UK. But no shade, all the shade. Yeah, Carl was my favorite character so far of all of the cast because she's got personality. Everybody else seems like they're really forced and acting. So that's what I didn't like about the show. I liked that they had games. The games are very similar to the US, and that's cool. Or the US games are very similar to the UK games, which is awesome. What I didn't like was the U.S. is so surface level. Like we're all like, all the guys are like, well, she looks like a model, so I've got a deep connection. They haven't gone out on one date. It's literally been one day. They're all kissing. On the UK show, they like plan those kisses. Like the guys literally go sit with the other guys and they're just plotting about how this guy's gonna finally kiss this girl and ask her to be his girlfriend. You don't have that on the US show. They're not like that. They're different. So, moving on to the hills. Before I move on to the hills, I'm gonna give the new Love Island a chance, so I will be giving updates on it weekly. But I like the British show better. But that doesn't mean I can't change. It's still early. The new Love Island comes out every single day, Monday through Friday. 8 o'clock on CBS. So I'm going to be binge watching it on the weekends when I'm off. So they could sway me. But I don't know. Moving on to The Hills. Now, I've been a fan of The Hills since the first Hills. So I've already felt the rain on my skin. Like, you know, no one else can feel it for you. Anyways, you know, I've been there. I live in The Hills. I'm there. You know, I've taken up residency. So when they announced that The Hills New Beginning was out, oh, I was ready for it. But the reason why I didn't watch for so long is because I'm online friends with Perez Hilton, and he's my blogging friend, my blogging idol. Like, that's when I started blogging. Like, it was because I'm such a Perez fan. Like, yes, I've met him twice, and the second time that I met him was actually the day he was shooting the Mischa Barton scene. I put that together with my Batman eyes because he had on the same outfit. He was doing like a podcast taping. Like, you could buy tickets to watch him tape his podcast live, and me and my fiance went for a date night, and I remembered, same outfit, same hair thing. And people were like, oh, his hair, what's going on with his hair? He went to go get some surgery done. If you followed him, you'd know that. I knew that, but I follow him. So the Mischa Barton episode, I didn't want to watch because I am friends with him, and I didn't want people to treat my friend badly, so I didn't watch. But then I had to give, you know what, he watched it, so I'm gonna watch it. So when I watched it biased, with no bias. I just watched it as I was watching the show, and honestly, it wasn't fair of her to judge him based on his past. If she didn't want anybody to judge her on her past and what she'd been through, then, you know, at least hear the man out. And I'll be real with you. For a moment, I stopped following Perez because he was doing all that extra stuff and drawing on people and outing people and doing all that, and I just couldn't follow him for a minute. So I didn't. But once he had kids, he changed. And everybody in the cast has changed once they had kids. And you see that. And, you know, for me, it just kind of, for one, the reason why he kind of went off after he was like, I put this on my children. His kids mean a lot to him. And he posts about his kids constantly, and, you know, so that triggered him. He's human. But everybody was like, oh, he's still the same. No, he's not. People change. And, you know, you can give an apology, but you can't make somebody accept it, and that's where I kind of left it. Then, you know, I still had the same hatred for some of the same characters. Justin Bobby. So the episode, I watched all of the Hills episodes that they had available. I think there was like 3. So I watched all 3 of the episodes. And every episode I hated Justin Bobby. Just like I did when I watched The Hills before. And it was just in this revisitation of The Hills, he's just trying so hard to be cool that it's annoying. He kind of comes off as like 90s Johnny Depp, trying very hard to be 90s Johnny Depp and unattached and cool. But the problem was, he told one girl, I don't have a cell phone and I lived in a tree in Costa Rica clanging coconut stick. I don't know what he said, but he basically told this girl that he was too cool. Not this girl, it was Stephanie Pratt. He told Stephanie Pratt that he was too cool for cell phones and that he didn't have one for a period of time because he was off the grid. But he was ignoring Adrina's cell phone calls because she was like, in the next scene they show her talking about, you know, I talked to Justin and I didn't hear from him for a week. If you've got a cell phone if you can call people. So yeah, he just irritates the lining of my soul. He's just one of those characters that I hate watch, and I have a few of those on reality television. But what I noticed was that, you know, back in the day, everybody hated Spencer and Heidi. And they were the reason that I watched The Hills, because they were just great TV. They were entertaining, great to watch. So I loved them. Spidey. Who didn't remember Spidey? So, and what was funny to me is everybody hated them and thought they were the fakest couple. They're still together. They've got a great child. They've got a podcast. Spencer is selling his crystals. I follow Pratt Daddy on Twitter. Like, he's one of my favorite people because he's just so entertaining. And the person that they thought was going to be the fakest ended up being the realest. Like, their relationship has withstood everything, and here they are, but everybody still hates them, which is funny to me. But I love them, and so I'm going to keep watching because they're great TV. And what I noticed in every episode was the level of trust that they had. Spencer was in a pool full with like scantily clad crystal chicks, and Heidi was just like, mess up if you want to. I'm at lunch. I'll talk to you later. And I just respected her gangster in that, like, that scene. Like, good for her. I just loved her in that. You could just see the level of trust that they had. Like, that wasn't for cameras. She knows her man, and that's what I liked about Spencer and Heidi. The next show that I caught up on was Married at First Sight. I love everything about that show. The new couples this year are amazing. And my video is running way too long, so I don't want to get into it. But I'm really going with Keith. I can't think of his wife's name right now. But I'm going for Keith and his wife. The reason why was because he respected the fact that she was a virgin. And everybody else was very, you know, he just accepted that. And he didn't want to rush things with her. He respected her the entire time. And I respected them as a couple. And who else was my favorite couple out of that? The tall basketball guy that plays in the European League, and he's got the wife that's like a whole foot shorter than him. I think they're gonna make it just because they just had such a cute dynamic with each other. They're so tender and loving. Yeah. I've also been watching 90 Day Fiancé and 90 Day the Other Way, but I'll have to make another video on that because my video is running super long. It's 12 minutes now. So I hope you enjoyed my reality roundup. If you did, let me know in the comments and I'll make more videos like this. I make videos that get like comments and, you know, interaction. So if you interact with the video more, I will continue to make videos like this. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate every single view. Like and be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell for notifications so that you know when I make videos, because I load them up once or twice a week. So see you then. Have a good night. Bye.